If I could describe the month of January in a few words, it would be cozy and warm. Despite the freezing temperatures outside right now, January started off with a cottage trip with my family. We usually go to cottages during the spring and summertime in Canada, but we thought we'd try it out during the holiday season for a change. My mom and my sister spent a lot of time preparing delicious meals for us. My dog Nico had so much fun running around in the snow outside on the property. The cottage was about 3.5 hours away from Toronto, and it was right in front of this beautiful frozen lake. One of my favorite moments together was when we played ping pong. I don't think we've ever done that together, and it turns out that my parents were actually really good. I never knew that about them, so it felt really nice to learn something new. Hi, my name is Steph. If you're new here, I started this YouTube channel about a year ago to share anything about productivity and wellness. And by productivity, I mean a version of productivity that is not overwhelming and that doesn't burn you out. If you look at my 2025 goal planning video, I talk a little bit more about these concepts in depth. Basically, I have two main intentions for the year, which are giving myself grace and consistency. So as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm gonna call it, I guess, like a reflect and plan with me video for now, and we'll see how it evolves. But really, this series was inspired by all the plan with me videos that I've been binge watching, and I'm sure you also enjoy. I just love looking at people's like organization systems, whether it's digital or on paper. What I really love watching on YouTube as well are vlogs, specifically like very just casual and effortless vlogs. I think one person that does this really well is Claudia Sulewski. Now, she's been on YouTube for a really long time, took a break, and then came back a couple of years ago. And she does these monthly recaps, and all of her footage is like super casual, super effortless, but it really just makes sense for her and it works. And I would love to incorporate more of this like casual vlogging style into the plan with me videos, because although I love plan with me videos, sometimes they can be a little dry, especially if you don't know who the person is. So I think just trying to incorporate more vlog footage in this type of video and give you guys an opportunity to learn more about me. And also, I personally think it's like a really fun way for me to get creative with the editing, which is my favorite part of this whole kind of like YouTube thing. Excited to see how it turns out and how it evolves over time, because I definitely don't think that today's video is going to be quote unquote perfect. But as I said, we're just trying to stay consistent with making videos. So I'm just going to put it out there, and then hopefully it evolves over time. Okay, so I think we can dive into reviewing our Notion goals that we set last month. Keep in mind that I only made the 2025 goal planning video like I think 2 weeks ago, so this is just kind of an update as to how it's been going for the past couple of weeks, but hopefully next month we'll have a better overview as to how it's going for the entire month. So again, you can refer back to the 2025 goal planning video if you want more details as to how I set up all my goals, but I use Notion to organize everything currently. Basically, now I can organize my goals or filter my goals based on the completion month that I want. So right now we're just going to take a look at the goals that I was supposed to complete in the month of January, and we're going to see how those went. And I apologize if I keep on looking at my phone. It's because I have Notion on it and I'm just kind of like going through the goals. I'll try to put a screen recording onto the video so that you can kind of follow along at the same time. The first personal goal was morning journaling, and I think I did pretty well on this actually. In general, I think I journaled about 4 to 5 times a week, sometimes 3 times, but I think for the most part I did pretty well. Last year it was really hard for me to get back into the habit of morning journaling, but I noticed that on the days that I did do it, I felt so much better, more focused, more grounded. And when I didn't do it, my brain was kind of like all over the place. I would like get caught up into these hobbies that I would just randomly want to do on the day of, but definitely want to try to keep up with my journaling habit for the rest of the year. The next personal goal was therapy. So yes, I did actually have, I think I had 1 or 2 sessions with the same therapist that I've tried before. I actually really liked her. I just kind of, sometimes you just kind of, I don't know, get lazy with this types of stuff. I really appreciate having the perspective of like a third party person who basically has zero to little bias into my life, or doesn't really benefit from anything that I do. So yeah, it's been really helpful, and I'm gonna mark that as completed, actually, as 100%, because it's pretty much set up. I just need to keep up with it. So we're just gonna continue checking up on this goal on a monthly basis, but for now I think this is looking like 100%. Goal number 3 is to dedicate 2 to 3 days to YouTube a week. So again, it's only been a couple of weeks, but I would say that it's been going pretty well. I think the first week I was able to dedicate like 3 to 4 days to YouTube, which was really nice, but I also feel like I took way too long to edit the 2025 goal planning video that I keep on mentioning. I don't know how some people out there are managing like multiple businesses, multiple YouTube channels. I understand maybe they have a team. I don't really have a team. It's just myself doing everything. Especially the editing part takes quite a while, so I'm still trying to find a way to invest a lot of time in YouTube but still balance with the business as well. I haven't found the secret sauce to that yet. Goal number 4, related to the last one, is creating a system for my YouTube tasks. Like I said, I've been working on YouTube more, and specifically I've been trying to figure out what are the steps that I need to accomplish to plan a video and film a video, and I think I have a much clearer idea of how to do that and how to put a system in place so that I go a little bit faster when I create videos. So I would say that this is going pretty well for me right now. In general, I have a way better idea of the steps required to make a YouTube video in terms of planning and prepping and editing. One thing that I want to work towards is having theme days, maybe like one day dedicated to planning or editing or recording. I did try it, I think, the first week, and then the second week my schedule kind of like went all over the place, so then I had to switch things around, which is okay. I think dedicated theme days might be something I might want to experiment with. So one thing that's been actually a game changer for me in regards to planning my days and just like increasing my productivity is separating the tasks that I have to do into deep work and smaller tasks, I guess I would call it. I've been trying to aim to do only one deep work task a day. I feel like I'm more of a morning person. I can focus better in the morning, so I want to get that out of the way in the morning and then do the smaller tasks that I can maybe like multitask, watching a show or whatever, do that in the afternoon. For example, recording or editing would be my one deep work task that I just focus on in the morning, and then in the afternoon I can do like smaller admin tasks that I need to do, or maybe like some chores or some errands that I need to do. I think that's been working really well for me because technically my brain only needs to focus on one thing for the entire day, and I don't stress about like having to do a million things throughout the day. So although, like I mentioned, theme days might not necessarily work all the time for me, I just try to focus on having like one deep work task in the morning and then the smaller things I can accomplish in the afternoon. My last lots of YouTube goals this month, but my last YouTube goal of the month was to create a content plan, and I did pretty well-ish on this. I do have a rough content plan, but I feel like it's always changing. My goal was always to do one video a week, but I find that so challenging. I really don't know how people do it. I feel like I'm too much of a perfectionist in order to do one video a week because I need it to be this like planned out video. So I want to try harder to just kind of like make random videos when I can and just post it and see how that goes. One last thing is reading. I finally finished a book. That it took me way too long to finish. The last book that I read was Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, and I loved it so much. For a while I was reading a lot of thrillers, and then I gave the whole fantasy thing a try, but it was really hard for me to get into it. Like, I find it really hard for me to get into fantasy because I need to use my imagination and really like picture the world that the author is trying to build, and I don't know, I really struggle with that. Now I'm reading The Silent Patience. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on this book, but it's another kind of like thriller book. I think after like a lighthearted book, I was craving something more like suspenseful and serious. So I don't know how long it's gonna take me to read the whole thing, maybe a couple of months, but we'll see. As long as I'm consistent with it, as long as I read a couple of pages, I'm happy with myself. Okay, so looking ahead for the month of February, February. My goal is to just keep on doing the good things that I'm doing from January, and I'm also adding 2 new goals. So let's take a look. Scroll down to the month of February. For February, I really want to focus more on WoofNox. Hopefully continue working on YouTube, but also add on WoofNox onto that. So I've been wanting to explore social media marketing for a while for the business, and I got a course a while back that talks a lot about like social media ads. So I'm hoping to complete a couple of modules, if not all of the modules from the course. I don't know if I'll be able to launch ads next month, but at least like understand what I have to do, and then in the following month we can work on producing some ads. On that note, I need to create way more content for WoofNox. I actually have a lot of footage that I've filmed on my phone and on my computer, but I need to edit those and then actually post them. I always notice that when I do post content and when I am consistent with it, I get a lot more orders. Then obviously it makes sense. I really want to focus on that for next month, and hopefully I don't go crazy trying to balance YouTube and this. Again, my intentions are to just give myself grace if it's a little hard for me to keep up with it. Also to be consistent, even if I can't put out these like polished videos, I want to make sure to get something out at least. I think that is it. I want to try to incorporate more like vlog footage into these types of videos. I'm not sure where it's gonna go, but I'm so excited to start making these series, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.